Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I like to make videos regarding stewardship and stewarding the things that God gives us, and that can work itself out very differently in stewarding our bodies, stewarding our finances. This is kind of a combination of both of those things. So I'm in the need of some new laundry detergent. So I make my own laundry detergent at home. I've been doing this probably for I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. I'm just gonna run through quickly how I go about making it. It's a very simple process. There's only a few ingredients and it will save you money and it'll last you up to about 6 months. So let's just go ahead and get into it. What you're gonna need, you're gonna see all your ingredients here. You're really gonna need 1 box of each. You're gonna need a box of borax. You're gonna need a box of baking soda. You're gonna need a box of washing soda, which is different from baking soda. And then I like to add in a container of OxiClean. This is just the no dyes or perfumes. And then also you're gonna need some type of soap bar. So I like to use Dr. Bronner's Pure Cast Iron Soap. And the one reason why I like doing this kind of laundry detergent is, one, it saves money, but also just because it's healthy for your skin, so you're not gonna be getting any excess chemicals when you're washing your clothing. I will put a breakdown of all of the costs for making this laundry detergent, and you'll see that it comes out to about $23 and it's going to last you about 6 months. So it's a little bit more expensive than your big, jug of laundry detergent, but generally those only last you about a month. This is me doing 1 load of laundry per day on average. Specifically, if you're not familiar with these items, borax is safe to use, and borax is actually often found in the beds of dried up lakes. It's a mineral that breaks down when the lakes dry up. When the water evaporates, it leaves deposits in the lake. This is not to be confused with boric acid, which is often used as a pesticide. This is safe to use on your skin. And then we have baking soda, which is just sodium bicarbonate, which is different from your washing soda, which is just sodium carbonate. This is helpful just in removing stains from your clothing. It treats hard water. And then the most common source of washing soda is the residue that's made from when you burn plants. OxiClean, as far as I can tell, when I researched if it's clean for your skin, it is, but I just make sure to get the ones that say no dyes or perfumes to make sure I'm not getting any extra fragrances in my skin. And then also, Dr. Bronner's is one of my favorite cast iron soaps, and this one is the lavender scent. So they have different kinds that you can get, but I just like to use the lavender one. So those are the main ingredients that you're gonna need. One thing that's optional is I like to add essential oils to mine. You wanna be careful with what essential oils that you're getting, just because a lot of them on the market are not 100% pure. They'll market it as being pure, but they often are added a lot of carrier oils that are not pure or good for your skin, and you're not really knowing the process of how these oils are made or distilled. So I specifically like to go with doTERRA oils just because I can look up the source of where they come from. I know that they are 100% pure and I feel comfortable using them in my laundry detergent. So I have 2 that I like to use here. This one is doTERRA's On Guard, and then this one is doTERRA's Lavender. So both of them are really good. doTERRA makes their own On Guard laundry detergent, so that's a really good option if you just want a clean laundry detergent product. I have my helper. You say hi? They have their own laundry detergent that they make, so if you don't want to make your own, you can also go ahead and look at their one. And then lavender is probably the one that I'm going to go with today. I really like lavender. It's very refreshing and calming. This is obviously optional. You do have the essential oil that's in your bar, but I'm just going to add a few extra here. Some of the other things that you're going to need for this is you're going to need 2 trash bags. You're going to need 1 large container of some sort to hold your extra laundry detergent. This is just an old protein container that I use, and I just wrote on it laundry detergent. And then you're going to need some type of blender, or I use my food processor to break down that bar of soap into really small pieces. Those are the other things that you're going to need. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this. So it's super simple. You're going to just basically dump all of your ingredients into the trash bag. So you're going to double layer your bag. You're going to take 1 trash bag, and then you're going to take your second trash bag, and you're going to put one inside of the other. This is just going to add a second layer of protection when you go to mixing up your ingredients. So what you're going to do is just go ahead and open all your boxes, and you're going to just dump them all in. Alright, we're going to dump that one in. kids because you're breathing it in too when you're making it. Yes. This we're gonna dump in too. Okay, so once you have all those big boxes of stuff in there, we're gonna do our bar of our soap. And what you wanna do is you're gonna cut it up into smaller pieces so that when it goes into the food processor or blender, it's just already kind of small enough to grind up really small, because you want it to be pretty fine since you're adding it to a really fine powder already. Okay, so once you have all of your pieces cut up really small, you're just gonna go ahead and stick that in your food processor or blender. Put it all in there. Okay, so now you're just gonna go ahead and blend it so it gets really fine and almost to a powdery substance. You'll kind of see that texture where it gets really fine. You don't wanna go too much though that it starts like clumping together. And as you go, you'll kind of start seeing it break down a little bit more and get smaller. Okay, so this is about the texture of what you're gonna wanna see. It's just really fine. And you want it small because it's gonna need to be able to break down when you add water to it. So you want it small that it's not gonna just, be stuck in the clothes, and you want it to dissolve. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and add that also to our bag. Again, we're just dumping it in with the rest of it. Make sure you get all the stuff that's kind of stuck up on the corners. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna go ahead and add some of my essential oils if you're using any. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add a few drops of lavender. Okay, so this is the fun part. What we're gonna do is you're gonna take that first bag on the inside and you're just gonna go ahead and put a big knot in it. I don't tie it with actual ties, I just put a knot in the bag. Okay, so it's gonna be just like that. And then you're gonna take your second bag here and you're gonna just do the exact same thing. Okay, and the reason why we do this is because it makes it super easy just to mix it all together. Otherwise, you're like trying to mix it in a big container and it's not really mixing up. So you're just gonna go ahead and flop it around for a while. I would do this, at least a couple minutes, just so you get all that stuff mixed up really well. Okay, I'm gonna get down on the floor for this one. What you're gonna do next is you're gonna take your big old container that you have and your 2 bags here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a corner and you're just gonna grab both of the bags in here and just give it a little snip on the end. Make sure you open your container first here. And by cutting this bag, you're gonna make somewhat of a little bit of a funnel. You're gonna put that corner into the top of your bucket. Okay, so you're gonna grab that end that you just cut, and be careful because you can sometimes lose your grip on the bag and you end up dumping it all over. So you're gonna lower that corner into your bag here, and eventually the weight will kind of pull it so you won't be worried about dumping it. But you're just gonna let it go and start filling up that, filling up your bucket. Okay, so once your bags are both in there, you can just chuck that. And for me, this protein container is the perfect size because it pretty much fills right up to the top here. You can see it's right there at the top. So perfect size jug for all of that. And that is pretty much the process. So that big jug is pretty much where I just store my excess that I have. But the stuff that I'm using while I'm doing my laundry, I keep in a little glass jar on top of my washing machine here. And I just kind of scoop it out as I need. I used 1 scoop. It's probably about 2 tablespoons, I would say, per my load. That's it.
pretty simple.
Okay, so that's it, guys. It's pretty simple. Like I said, this usually lasts me about 6 months, and I really like this just because it's really cost effective. If I'm spending about $25 for all of this stuff, that's excluding the oils, but you know, a couple drops of oils aren't going to be that expensive. But about $25 for all of this stuff to last about 6 months, that's about $4 a month that you're spending on laundry detergent. I don't have to worry about there being any fragrances or stuff in it that I'm not aware of. A lot of the chemicals that are in our household products are hormone disruptors, and they can cause irritation. I have a lot of skin dryness to begin with, so I'm just a little bit more cautious about what I'm putting onto my skin. This is a great alternative, and it's super easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. I will link down below the stuff that I use for this. I will also link where I get my oils from if you want to check that out. And if you have any questions, please just drop a comment below and I can get them answered for you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.